across the state. So if we're budgeting something differently than most districts are, best practice recommends, we want to correct our practices so that we are showing, you know, an apples for apples comparison. That's sort of the first thing we want Big Matt to look at is, you know, are we billing things correctly? And then once we are, if we are, and the percentages remain as high as what these reports show, then the question is what are they differentially doing? That would maybe allow us to continue to offer services, but to save some funds. So that's the Big Matt review. One thing on the board I am remiss and I didn't point out. One of my concerns on our front two pages, the budgets. If you go back to the front two pages, Mrs. Dano, I apologize to you. I'm going to take you back to the first 6 pages. If you look at the very first page, about 8 lines down, we have our statutory COLAs. In 11-12 and 12-13, both of those COLAs were deficited to 0. And in 13-14, it's a 0.24%, or sorry, 2.4%, and in 14-15, I believe it's a 2.7%. Those are in the budget right now. So if they happen, if in the governor's budget proposal they get deficited, then what happens to our bottom line is what? If those get deficited, our negative reserve goes down even more. Because right now we're assuming a 2.4% increase in 13-14, which is slightly over $2 million, right, Mr. Richards? About $2.5 million, and then the 2.7% is closer to $3 million, so it's about a 2.8. So when you look at our deficit spending in those years, if this funding doesn't become available, our deficits will go up even more. And if they do become available, right now they're just getting absorbed into our budget. So basically, we don't have any leeway to spend them to bring back any programs or provide any sort of cost of living adjustments or anything like that. It's just being absorbed into the budget. So that is an issue that I do want to make sure that we do point out to the board and to the community that currently, again, we're still deficit spending, even though we have those 2 COLAs in our budget. And so that is another area that we have to be careful of and watch. And so, you know, some of the direction that Brian and I are looking for is, you know, what combination is the board looking for, and are there programs you'd like us to take a look at and bring reductions around? We have that